What's good, people? SimFBallCritic here, and I definitely appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me for a little while. Today we're going to talk about the future of EA Sports and the Madden NFL franchise. Now, before we get started, I'm going to let you know how this video is going to go. Basically, I'm going to play a few clips from another video, a few audio clips. I'm not going to show visual footage of these clips, but just some audio clips from another video that was put out recently by EA Sports, but it actually appeared on the Life and Times page. For those of you guys that don't know, that's Jay-Z's brand. The video is called The Blueprint, and I believe it's called The Blueprint of EA Sports, or what have you. But I'm not going to show that footage. I have the link in the description. I definitely recommend watching the entire video, because it's not just about Madden, but it's about EA Sports as well, as far as what their focus is. They touch up on the Ignite engine and, what they're trying to do as far as a total brand and what they're bringing to their games. But like I said, guys, here we're going to focus on Madden, and I'm going to play a few clips just to give you an idea of some of the things that were talked about in that video pertaining to Madden. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play them real quick, then I'll be right back at you.
And to me, this is sort of where we're drawing our line in the sand and saying we are moving towards a simulation model. We want to encourage people to embrace the chess match of the game versus, figuring out how to, exploit your opponent by doing silly things with the controller. It's really important for us. So, just throwing more horsepower at the game doesn't necessarily get you where you need to go. Actually, the foundational piece that we started almost 2 years ago is getting back to using the real world of football rules. And one of the ways we've done that is bring in a bunch of former football players.
My name is Clint Oldenburg. I'm a former NFL offensive lineman, played in the NFL for 5 years for 6 different teams. We built our next-gen game on 3 pillars. Living world, true player motion, and human intelligence. And the war in the trenches, which is offensive and defensive line, that falls under the human intelligence pillar. So really where we started was to make our guys smarter. We have, 4 times the calculation power, so these guys know where they need to be, who they need to block, and how to form the pocket. I'm a sim player. I like to see in our game what I see on Sundays. I like to see what I lived when I was a football player. So when I came here, that was my first goal. The power of the new consoles and the Ignite, we're able to kind of make that even better.
The EA Sports Ignite engine is actually a collection of the best-in-class technologies from throughout the EA Sports organizations. And essentially what we're doing is we're leveraging each other's strengths to create the best sports games imaginable.
We try to be photoreal first and foremost. But what we realized after Madden 12 cycle, what's authentic is not always what looks the best. What's the use of having beautiful models with really detailed textures and very complicated lighting techniques up close on the surfaces of things if a camera is very far back?
My name is Victor Lugo. I'm in charge of a group called the Character Interaction Group, and also the group that brought the physics to the game. We introduced a new concept called Force Impact to our physics system this year. It basically allows us to perform interactions that are harder. You're going to see harder hits. You're going to see better dive tackles. And when these things happen, there is no animation involved. So it's a purely organic interaction.
There's no reason why this brand shouldn't be used as a way to increase people's knowledge of the game.
All right, guys, you've heard what the devs had to say about the game and their direction, and a little bit about the Ignite engine. And now I'll give you some of my thoughts. I'll explain to you why I feel like, the future may be bright for EA Sports as well as Madden NFL going forward. And here's a few reasons as to why I feel that way. First and foremost, we have to start with the Ignite engine. And this is something that I said when they first introduced it, and then when I was able to actually go down to EA, before these games came out, and I got a chance to see, what Madden had to offer for Madden 25, which we all know is basically just an upgrade of Madden 25 on Gen 3. But then I was also able to get more explanation as far as what it will do, what it's built on. And, able to talk to some of the guys at Live and understanding what they're doing in that respect. And then you're able to see what FIFA is doing. And I think that the Ignite engine has the capability to produce the things that is missing from Madden that we've all asked for. Obviously, that engine is not mature yet. There's a ton of things that were advertised that we don't see yet. And obviously, it's one of those situations where you have to read between the lines and understand that the engine will be capable of doing certain things. Because I can name 2 things in particular that we haven't seen. The living world aspect, especially in Madden, nowhere near what it sounded like when it was being advertised at EA3. as well as jerseys being able to be pulled, for FIFA or NBA or even Madden. We're not seeing that yet. So obviously, what they were basically saying is what it will be able to do. And that's always that marketing piece. You always have to deal with how something is being marketed versus the product, which me personally, I think the marketing should always match the product. If something is not able to be done yet, don't say that. Or come out, and flat out say this is something that will eventually happen. Again, transparency. Transparency is always welcome with any game or any company for that matter. All right, and then number 2, again, the Ignite engine puts pressure on Madden because we're all told that now they'll be able to share technology within each respective genre. This is something that we've asked for years. How many times have you said for yourself, why won't they take that from FIFA? Why won't they take that from NHL? Or why can't they take this from so-and-so? Now, they're telling us that not only can they do that, they will be doing it. Which means the more and more FIFA improves, the more and more NHL improves. Games like UFC that looks like it should be a pretty good game. The more those games improve, it puts more pressure on Madden to improve along with them. It's another reason why I think we will get that game slowly but surely. And the reason why I say slowly but surely, and I'm not saying slowly like I know the amount of time or the amount of years, I'm just saying it's obviously not going to be done in one shot. Madden definitely is being challenged right now with having to clean up things and going back and fixing fundamental aspects as well as innovating. That's the challenge that they have. Some people don't want to accept that, but that's what it is. We can all agree that Madden hasn't been the best game since it came on the Gen 3 consoles. And now just starting out on Gen 4, it's like it's just starting to turn the corner. I think this game is going in the right direction. Some people don't think that, but opinions are opinions. But you have to start somewhere, and you have to be smart about it to understand if it has to start somewhere, that means it has to be a natural progression. So that's automatic where you have to give it time, and that's just the facts. Whether you think it should be next year, the year after that, or whatever, the facts are you have to give time for progression. Those are the facts. Now, like I said, there's a ton of things that are still missing in the game that I want to see. I've been saying that for years. Look at the last few videos I put out on Madden in the last 4 or 5 months. I'm still showing them things that needs to be there. It's not quite there yet. But there's a lot of things that they can do to get it there quickly. I got another video coming with those ideas. There's ideas that they can use that are currently already built in the game. If they just expand upon them, they can make this a fully organic game. Look out for that video, because I think I'm going to make some interesting points. But that's why I think the future is bright. And the last thing, it is the development team. What you're hearing from these guys is the truth. At least I got to take it as the truth. This is what I'm being told in person. I've been fortunate enough to see things that are coming. That's one of the perks, I guess, from being a game changer. I get to see future plans and discuss future plans and give them ideas that will come in future iterations of the game. I know what's coming already. So that's why I can confidently say, yeah, I agree. They are working towards simulation. They're not just blowing smoke. Now it's still up to them to produce and execute. And it's up to us, the sim community, to make sure they do that. Continue to send the feedback. Be very vocal about it. Get your voice heard. And the social media thing is huge. Had it not been for social media, I would have never have been invited to be an EA Sports Game Changer. It's huge. But that's why I think, man, the future is bright. And like I said, it's up to us to hold them accountable for what they say. And we'll see what happens. But, I think it's at this point where they don't have a choice anymore. They don't have a choice anymore to not produce. All of these other games are stepping up. They have to. Remember, again, they're going to be running on the same engine. So there's no more excuses. So I look forward to seeing what's coming. A lot of the things that I know that are coming. And I just look forward to seeing what they're going to do with this product. And like I said, man, you know, watch that other video, man. I want to hear you guys' opinion. And you know, it is what it is. You know, people's opinions are gonna vary. You're either gonna be yay, you're either gonna be nay, whatever it is. You know, my job here is to just look at that as I throw that interception. My job here is to just, you know, try to do what I can to bring you the information that I can bring you. And it just is what it is. All right, so let me know what you think. All right, guys, you asked for it, and now it's here. The debut of Sim Standard Radio will hit the air on Thursday, April the 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to call in, you can reach us at 914-338-0794. Now, tomorrow will be our first show. We'll basically just give you an introduction and let you know what the show will be about going forward. We look forward to the support, and thanks for supporting the Sim movement.